Peace, family. It's Jay Morrison, also known as Mr. Real Estate. I'm a real estate developer. I'm a 2-time best-selling author, TV personality, wealth strategist, and coach. Also humanitarian, and the CEO and founder of Jay Morrison Academy and Jay Morrison Real Estate Partners. Right. So I wear many hats, and we also have a new fund launching in 2017, a Tulsa real estate fund, a Regulation A Tier 2 crowd fund, which is a whole nother story. But this series is called the How to Level Up series, and this is part 1 to the series, and it's you're bigger than a wholesaler and house flipper. This is for my real estate investors and real estate developers to be, who don't even know the difference or don't realize how they can level up and how they're looked at in the industry. And it's my job as a mentor, as a coach, as a role model, as the big homie, and one of the most influential figures in real estate, period, nationally, internationally. It's my job to make sure that I'm empowering millennials, I'm empowering those from the underserved community, those from my community, the African community in America, that I'm showing us how we level up, we don't nickel and dime ourselves, and that we are always last on the totem pole, or we are what I call crumb snatchers, right? So this lesson for you all is to understand, I don't want you all in your feelings, right? If you're getting money wholesaling, getting money flipping, there's nothing wrong with that. I've been doing this and been leading in this industry for the last 12 years. But what I realized is that many millennials, many in the underserved community, they minimize real estate in their participation in real estate just to being a wholesaler or a bird dog or a house flipper. And to me, where I come from, right, because past my 12 years in this business, I spent 10 years in the streets, right? So like my education's a little more informal. I'm a former welfare kid. I grew up in poverty. I'm a high school dropout, 3-time felon. I did 2.5 years in prison for drug trafficking. And I spent a lot of time on the block, a lot of time on the corner, a lot of time in the streets. And I take those experiences with me into real estate. It's all part of my life transformation, and also me showing you how you can level up, how you don't gotta be pigeonholed to wherever you come from, right? So I don't talk about my time and experience in the street to boast about it, of course, or to brag about how I tore down my community or how I risked my freedom or how I spent time in jail away from my family. But I use that as hopefully an inspiration vehicle for you all to see that the same guy that got 3 felonies, that was a high school dropout, has no college education, has become a multi-millionaire in this industry and one of the biggest names and figures in this industry. And you could be greater and bigger than me if you got the work ethic, the drive, and you got the knowledge base, the financial IQ, and that's what's missing. So what I'm finding is that in our industry, basically what we're doing is we're becoming lazy. It's just like the block. When we sold drugs, there were a different caliber of drug dealer. There was the person that just nickel and dimed, and you just made a couple dollars a day, and you went home and you went and smoked your weed, and that was it, but you're still risking your freedom selling drugs. You had the person that was pushing somebody else's pack for 80-20 or 70-30 or 60-40. You had the person that would then go and get wholesales, right? Which is basically they'll double their money. They'll go locally in town, they'll spend $100, they'll get $200 worth of work, and then they'll go wholesale. Then you have the people that have a little bit of balls, and they'll go actually to New York, go to the city, and go find a connect, and go get their product for $20 or $30 a gram, and they'll triple or quadruple their money, right? Then you had those who were willing to go find the real connect or start buying weight and go get quarter keys and birds or whatever you want to call them, and then start flipping and selling weight. You had like the big dogs, like the kingpins, right? So it's levels to this shit. It's the same thing in the music industry. You got rappers that are popping, like they're your favorite rapper, but they getting pennies on a dollar. You got they're selling albums for just say $10. They're getting like 90 cents out of the $10. Then the distribution label is getting $5, and the record label is getting X amount of dollars, and the guy that introduced him to the record label, he's getting $3. And, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's all about your positioning in whatever industry you're in. Do you want to be the big dog? You want to be the boss? You want to be the big homie? Or you want to be the crumb snatcher? You want to be the worker? You want to be nickel and diamond? And so this series is about us really, me empowering you, hopefully lighting the fire in you to be bigger than a wholesaler, bigger than a house flipper. It's bigger than that shit. Like, you can make some good money flipping houses. You can make some good money wholesaling properties, bird dogging properties. But bigger than that, you make bigger money being a real estate developer, quarterbacking the whole shit. Like being the big homie to the whole project, like running the whole thing, and nothing separates. It's the same amount of hustle. It's like the same hustle and effort you put into wholesaling a bird dogging a deal is virtually the same amount of hustle and effort you put into running a development deal. You just make more money. It's no different than being even a videographer, right? I got my videographer Terrence behind me. It's no different than being a videographer. You could be the videographer who's just freelancing and you just get paid a couple dollars off Craigslist or Elance or Odesk or Fiverr, for being a videographer, or you can actually learn the craft, perfect your craft, invest into your own equipment, and be able to run your own production or video content company. And then you are the big homie and you're putting jobs out and building your business, et cetera, et cetera. So in every industry, every business that we're in, and I got Facebook and Periscope here, you guys make sure you share, hearts, likes, and all that cool stuff. Again, this is my way of killing 4 birds with 1 stone. While we have some great quality content here that we're doing, we're going to be getting the content live on our Facebook fan page and our Periscope at the same damn time. It's leveling up, right? I maximize every opportunity because I'm supposed to do, because I'm a big homie, I'm a boss. And that's what, and I'm not, see, my thing is, coming from where I come from, is not to puff myself and boast myself up to say that I'm better than anybody. What it is to say, yo, we all can be here. We all can do this. We all have the ability, if you're willing to educate yourself, discipline yourself, sacrifice, work hard, all those things. Everybody can level up and be at a top level if you want to be that. It don't come just because you want it. You actually got to put work ethic behind it. You actually got to put some effort behind it. I spend a lot of time educating myself, reading, getting consulting, getting coaches, tapping into my accountants and my attorneys. Like, so you know what I'm saying? There's levels to how you become a real estate developer or top notch in any career or profession that you want. And there's more risk there. That's what the rewards are. And so what I find is that many of us don't take the risk and we stay nickel and diming forever. And the way this industry is set up with people similar to myself, but they're different than me, it's kind of like how Hove came into rap. He was like, you know, I rap, but I'm not a rapper. I'm just a hustler that knows how to rap. It's kind of the same thing with me in this space of real estate education. It's like, I teach you, I could give you the game better than anybody can give you the game, but I'm not really like a guru. I'm not one of those guys. I just happen to know how to teach well. But I'm a hustler, I'm a boss. So I want to give you guys that same inspiration, that same motivation, that if you guys, here's the difference, right? So you got your wholesalers, your house flippers, right? And then you have your real estate developers, right? Your bird dogs. So basically, here's the different levels in the industry. So, all right, so a bird dog is basically somebody that goes out, looks for deals, right? All they do is find out about the deal, and they go tell the person with the money about the deal, and they get a couple pennies back, right? They get a little bit of change back. $500, maybe $1,000, a couple $100 referral fee. And they make money just by finding deals and telling money and investors about the deals. And they make some money for bird dogging the deal, like bringing the deal to the table. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, it's how I started off, you know what I mean, in hustling. It was like, I didn't have no money, I didn't have no work, I didn't have no experience. This is a great way to gain experience and build relationships, but you shouldn't stop here, is the whole point. I don't care where you start. It's not to disrespect anybody where you start in the industry. It's about the ceiling you put over yourself. Stop putting a cap and ceiling over yourself that you're just this. You're bigger than all of that. So, like, I know wholesalers who brag about how many deals they wholesale. Oh, I wholesale 300 deals, 150 deals. But you don't own no real estate yourself. You never own the property yourself in your life. Or 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 or own millions in real estate. But you can talk about all the deals you wholesale, which is this. A wholesaler is a middleman or woman, right, who finds properties that make sense, contracts those properties, and then sells, in a sense, or assigns this contract to the money for a fee, right? That fee could be $5,000, it could be $10,000, $30,000, $1,000, $500, don't make a difference. Whatever makes sense to the investor, right? So a wholesale investor or developer. So a wholesaler, a real estate wholesaler or wholesale investor is a middleman or woman who doesn't put any money into the deal, but contracts the deal and assigns that contract, right, for a fee. This is a dope way to make money and generate some income. Super dope. But you should not be capped here. You should not stop here. Like when I was in the streets, I only flipped money locally to get up enough money to go see the connect, see the plug, and go be the boss. Like your whole goal should be to be the real estate developer one day. So everything you do as a wholesaler or bird dog or house flipper is the same thing as this. Be proud that you flip properties. Great. You see it on HGTV. You see it all online. You see everybody, all the the fortune builders and Robert Kiyosaki's and Wanda Montalegos and all the commercial video gurus and all that kind of stuff. Great, you're a house flipper. Good for you. Cool. You're in houses, you're knocking down walls and swinging hammers and it looks cool. Yo, I haven't touched a hammer in like 9 years. And I've made millions. You don't have to do the work. That's an investor, somebody that's working in their business. A developer, somebody that's working on their business, that's creating the business and bringing the money and the deals to the table and quarterbacking it and really being the boss. And that's where we gotta level up. So you as a house flipper, it's the same thing except you're not assigning this contract, right? You're actually gonna buy the property yourself. You're gonna contract it, you're gonna buy the property, and then you're gonna sell the property to an investor, developer, or a homeowner, right? Or what we call an end buyer. And you make great money in between. That's cool, but you shouldn't stop there. Your whole thing should be, how do I build up enough knowledge? How do I build up enough resources? How do I get myself in a position to be able to do this on autopilot and create a business model which I could do this multiple times a year, or do it to my family's financially free, or just to my businesses of substantial stature? Like, that's just what I believe in. For those of you who follow me, like, that's what you're gonna get. You're only gonna get big homie talk all the time. I don't believe in the little stuff. It's kind of like, it's like the 4.0 theory. Like, for those of you, you know, I'm like an 80s baby. And so for those of you who are like really hip to Hove in like the Volume 2 era, when he was talking about like what's the difference between a 4.0 Range Rover and a 4.6, it's like 30 to 40 grand, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you could be a house flipper, you're like a 4.0. You a Range Rover, but you a 4.0. Like, yo, developer, we like 4.6. Like, we the luxury edition, like special sports packet, autobiography edition with the wide wheelbase. So like everything you do, you should want to do just to the next level is the whole point. Don't stop, and especially in our community, everybody makes us think like we gotta be like the leftovers, the crumb snatchers. Like y'all could do real estate, but you know what I mean, you can't do it on the highest level. Like as if we're like financially like incompetent or like intellectually incompetent. And that's what bothers me. It's like, yo, we're very smart, we're very resilient people. So it's like, yo, we don't gotta just do the crumb snatcher work. We don't gotta just be the house flippers. Nah, the development is just not for the other nationalities and ethnicities. No, that's us too. So level up, step your game up, but you can't be this if you don't know how to find an ROI, how to find a cap rate, how to find a DTI, what's an LTV, what's a PITI, right? If you don't got that's the problem that stops us, is that we don't want to do this. We don't want to pick up books. We don't want to read. We don't want to educate ourselves. We don't want to learn something. And that's the difference. Is that developers know more than traditional investors, know more than house flippers, developers know more than wholesalers, developers know more than bird dogs. If bird dogs knew better and knew more, they would do better and earn more. If flippers knew better, like if you were a house flipper but you knew better and knew more, you would do more. It's the lack of knowledge that's what's killing us, and what's stifling us is what's putting a cap over your head as to why you're not growing in the industry. The more you learn, the more information you get, the more strategy you get, the more, I call it like your weapons for wealth. Like when I teach real estate in our school for our coaching clients, I'm giving you all the weapons you need. I'm giving you the brass knuckles, the nunchucks, the grenade, the knife, the AK. There's so many strategies in wealth building, even outside of real estate. Just getting insurances and learning how to leverage 401ks and IRAs and pensions, and how to build your credit, leverage your credit, get your business credit, leverage that business credit to get capital, hard money, private money. Like all these things you gotta have a knowledge base of so you can go use them in the war. But a bird dog don't know that. A wholesaler don't know that. I know wholesalers that did hundreds of deals but don't even know how to qualify a deal because they're too busy being a crumb snatcher. So this is our part one of the Level Up series, man, is how we level up. Learn this game. Again, my name is Jay Morrison. For those of you who don't know me, we have an online wealth school called the Jay Morrison Academy. We have a wealth mastery program where we just don't teach you in some corny way. We give you intimate, engaging lessons, weekly lessons on 6 different subjects about wealth building. It's not a real estate house flipping school. That's corny shit. This is a wealth building school, right? It's for real estate investors and developers to be, but I'm teaching you how to build wealth from a comprehensive standpoint. So we teach you credit mastery, personal and business credit. We teach you business mastery. We teach you residential and commercial real estate, all in my school, and self-development and stocks and finance. You get all that. You get weekly lessons, and you get weekly calls with myself bi-weekly and my instructors bi-weekly. All that in the Jay Morrison Academy, plus more. And for those of you who don't find online education or self-education, being self-taught, your way of learning, we have one-on-one coaching and group coaching available too. All at jmorrisonacademy.com. You get our one-on-one coaching, or you get our group coaching, or you can get our online coaching. And if none of that's for you, grab one of the best sellers, Lord of My Land, or The Solution, or T-Slap It App. Please, thank you, King. Or Hip Hop to Homeowners. All right, so we got it for you. We have a free course at the Academy as well. Free 1-week real estate fundamentals course for those of you who want that. You like the freebies? I got you. All right, peace. We out.